So, the importance of giving back is, for me, obviously, knowing where I came from and the struggles and the things that I had to face and my peers had to face, it's important to want to give back so that others don't have to face those challenges. It's a difficult time, though, at the same time, because, the generation now has access to so much on social media, the internet, and so forth. So it's like, you have this challenge of saying, look, I've experienced this firsthand. I'm telling you, that ain't the move, And they looking at you like, what do you really know? You know what I mean? It's like I got all these other people telling me different and how to be in these streets and stuff. What do you really know? But so that's a big challenge. But as far as giving back, as far as our work in Chicago, right, came about just by seeing a young girl being killed on TV in the crossfire between gangs or what have you, And, me being a father, how can you be a father, right, and not see that pain or whatever the case may be and not being, moved to want to do something about it, And that's how a lot of it came about, to where we start working in Chicago. It's based off of that, saying, how can I use the brand, the Wu-Tang brand, to help bring resources and awareness to the situations that people are facing around the world. And I think that, as far as giving back, what a lot of people don't know, right, is that, my brothers in the clan, the members, and even the people behind the scenes, the divines, the powers, everybody's real giving. It's not a display of what cats, their generosity, their charity, of what people are giving. It's just happening. You know what I mean? A lot of people take advantage of those moments, or I'm not going to say take advantage, but, obviously they promote it on a big scale, whatever. But there's tons of things that guys are doing. Like when we're on the road, we're on tour, I think something went viral a couple years back where Ghost basically told them, they were overseas, told them to stop. And it was this whole area of homeless camping. He got out and gave each one of them $100, Those are things that people aren't gonna see. And this is happening all the time. It's tons of generosity, I think what I did, though, myself in Power, when that moment happened with the girl being killed in Chicago, it just sparked us to want to be able to kind of organize it more in a sense of our efforts of how we move and the stuff we do with the Wu Foundation or what have you, across the country. And what we do things in LA, we've done stuff in Detroit, back in, New York, tons of stuff, you know what I mean? But the brothers is real generous. But like I said, I think it comes from just, us understanding what we've been through and wanting to help others not go through that, The Park Hill brand, obviously, Park Hill is synonymous with Wu-Tang, being that that's where we grew up from or grew up at. It was just it was a vision that I had. It just came to me, you know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of brands were popping up and this and that, and I was like, why not Park Hill, And it's crazy because I was talking to somebody, I think past day or two, but why they not come up with Park Hill back in the days, Because, obviously I worked, closely with Power, whatever, right? Power's family, so during the Wu-Wear days, I was a part of that whole Wu-Wear as well. Things happen when they're supposed to happen. I believe that, you know what I mean? When they're supposed to happen. And it just wasn't meant to be. But basically with the Park Hill brand, it was just something that I created. And it started off actually me just doing t-shirts and taking them out on the road and giving them to the members, and they'd wear them. And then it just, in this new social media and viral moment, right? It just got hits. And then it was like, okay, I got to take this serious and really kick it into the next gear. So I start, with that. But obviously, to be honest too, as well, it's bigger than just like, let me create a brand, let me make some money. It's like I look at this as a platform that I can use to acquire money to as well tie it into our give back efforts. So if you look on the site, it says that we give back 10% every year. Whatever we've made for that year, we're going to take 10%, give it back to the communities and different organizations around the country and the world, which in actuality, I dig even deeper than that and give more than that. You know what I mean? But that's where Park Hill came from. Obviously, I look at Park Hill because Park Hill is a big, important piece that made us. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have the lyrics, the experiences, and the whatever they're talking about in their rhymes if you didn't have Park Hill and everything we went through. You wouldn't have that in there. Everything that we learned from, Park Hill is, a beautiful part of my life as far as what we experience in Park Hill, and I'm sure the same for the members. So that was kind of like paying homage to where we came from, but as well as using that to say, because when you look at it in Park Hill, back how it is in the 80s, 90s, it was about fashion and, how fly you could be and all that. So, when you look at it as fashion, that's where we derived a lot of it, and if and I tell the story on the site as well, a lot of us came from different places, whether it's in the city, whether it was Brooklyn or whatever, and migrated in here. So it was like a melting pot within the melting pot of New York, as they say, right? So you were getting every type of style and everything, Cat from the Bronx came, their family moved in, they had their style. You had Brooklyn, you had Queens, you had wherever they came from, and so that's how it all tied in, basically, as far as Park Hill. Well, what's next for us is, obviously for us is the 25th anniversary as far as the Wu. Next year for the Wu-Tang Forever album. So that's what's next, a big tour and everything built around that. As far as Park Hill, we're gonna keep growing. We have obviously some new looks coming or whatever. We have the classic look now, what we call the classic look, but I really want to ramp it up with some really dope and take it to the next level now, obviously, and grow it to a bigger brand. As far as me on a personal level, just growing spiritually, obviously giving back and doing a bunch of charity and stuff is big, for me. That's I get a sense of redemption and it helps me grow, and that's a big piece of me,